Alright, good morning guys. We are back at Shelter Island today. We're going out to the Zuniga Jetty, and this is a really popular and easy kayak fishery. Whether you launch here at Shelter Island or the adjacent Grace Beach, or there's a little bit closer beach called Kellogg Beach, you're going to look at about a 3.5 to 4 mile paddle. What we're going to do is we're going to get about 3 miles out, do about a half-mile troll in, and switch up to some plastics, work the jetty tight, and then maybe start working the outline area. There's lots of structure out there. We're going to see if we can find some Calico Bass, some Halibut, spotted bay bass, whatever's biting really. So should be a fun day. I'm going to get you out there, show you some of the cool fish hanging out in the jetty too. Some of them are off limits to fishing, but still really fun. So let's get out there. It's a beautiful morning and catch some fish. So today we headed south across and we're going out towards the jetty. There's actually some decent fishing spots here. There's some rocky shoals, but if you want to, you can see that gray structure over there on the far side of the bay. In front of that are the bait docks. So if you want to stop and pick up some live bait, you can do that there. Or you can just fish around those docks. I've caught a calico bass out there and some other fish. So that's a good spot to target as well. Zoom in on them. There they are. You see that little white building right in the middle. You can just hail them on the radio. It's like 30 bucks for half a scoop of live bait. But I'm not going to use live bait today, so we're just headed straight out towards the mouth of the jetty. All right, so we're about a half a mile from the base of the jetty. There's some nice 15 to 25 foot flats out here with some rolling bottom and seagrass. So we're going to troll some crankbaits over the tops of these flats, just see what we can get. And then when you get out to the jetty, you can fish all the way from the base of the jetty out to the tip. As you get out closer to the tip of the jetty, there's a couple exposed tops, but you can actually go over the top in places, but you got to be careful. Make sure there's not too big a swell, because in some areas the rocks come up. It also depends on the tides, but there might be some rocks just hidden underneath there, and they could do a number on your rudder system or your pedal drive system. So make sure you are aware of swell and where you can punch over the top of that jetty. I'm going to troll these flicker sheds and bandits I normally use for walleye back north. They dive to about 15-20 feet. I'm going to troll them in 20-25 foot of water. See if I can pull anything up. It's outgoing tide, so right now the outgoing current is about a half mile per hour. So I'll go about 2.5 miles per hour to get 2 mile an hour troll speed. Now one of the other dangers out here is of course boat traffic. There's going to be recreational anglers out here, power boats, but there's also going to be a lot of Navy ships coming and going, as well as commercial traffic. So always be aware of boats moving around you. Give those Navy ships a wide berth. And yeah, just be smart about it, you know. I've got a flag back here in the back of my kayak to make myself a little more visible, and that's probably a good idea if you have a blue kayak like I do out here today. But always be aware, keep your head on a swivel. I'm gonna go ahead and troll all the way to the tip of the jetty and then fish from the tip back in and see what happens. Start at the tip, just the tip. Oh, there's fish. Nice. Figured I'd get one coming along the jetty here. First fish of the day on the flicker minnow. What do we got here? Feel very big. Give me lots of head shakes. There's a little calico. Pretty little guy. Oh yeah. Not a keeper size, but still a pretty one. Here we go. Look at that. Gorgeous. Alright, buddy. Let's get the hook out of your fin. There you go. He wants it to eat that. Ooh, they have got some spinach on that dorsal fin. Alright. There we go. Beautiful. Oh, I got fish there too. Look at that. I want to get this little calico going. Oh, that's a big fish. Whoa. Big one. I think it was just drifting back there. I wasn't even trolling that thing. It was just drifting. Got me up in the rocks or something. I have to go back for him. See if we can get him out of there. Hammered it. Whatever it was. So hopefully we can get it. Feels like he's got me hung up. Yeah, he's got me tangled in the rocks, whatever he is. Maybe sculpin or something. Don't know. Can't seem to budge it, whatever it is. Huh. Oh no, what did you do? Oh, I got him free. I got him free. Must have come off. Yeah, he did. Dang it. That thing hammered it, whatever it was, but took me down the rocks. I wonder what that was. There's fish. There we go. I'm not gonna let that one get away. Jeez. Feels like good fish. Same lure. Yeah, it's not a nice calico. Boy, those guys hit vicious, huh? Keeper. Woohoo! Alright, we'll measure him. 14 inches is the keeper size for calico in California. I haven't eaten one yet, so really wanting to, just to try one. Oh, he's just short, 13. That's a bummer. Alright, we'll keep going for some bigger ones. There we go, nice calico. Take that any day. They hit so hard. Alright, let's get it back in the water. A little bit of a swell today. It's supposed to be 2 foot, but this feels more like 3, 4 foot, maybe. Need to keep an eye out, be aware, be ocean aware all the time. Lots of bait fish out here. Got a pretty good rip going this morning. Usually means a better bite. You can see here on the screen, I got the jetty here on my side imaging to the right. There's a school of bait fish. You can see the sand ripples out here to the left. It's really neat. But you can see those fish show up really well. Right there. So I can see the current sucking water across the top of this submerged jetty to my right. And hopefully we'll find some fish staged up on that side, hoping to ambush these bait balls I keep seeing that might get sucked over the top of this jetty. That's the fish want to naturally go with the flow of the tide, and so they might see something go over the side there and be hiding out right behind it and ambush it. I mean, you can fish this jetty so many ways. You can troll, you can cast swim baits up to it, you can jig, you can drop shot. Kind of whatever your confidence technique is. Whoa! 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 Oh, it came off. What the heck was that? Something just bit me and just kept stripping line. It was huge.
I'm not getting anything.
That's the bad thing about running two. They get a bunch of weeds, they'll start running off to the left and right and run into each other. And there's plenty of weeds out here. Make sure this runs straight. It does. Tying knots, fighting current, pedaling a kayak. It's so easy. That's why I do it, because it makes life easy. Kayak fishing makes everything easy. You can get where you want to go really fast. Faster than a power boater. You can never drop anything over the side. Never happens. Power boaters drop stuff over the side all the time. Never happens with a kayak angler. I mean, when I had a power boat, I probably lost $1,000 in scissors a year. Now I never do. Never happens to me ever. Getting all bound up with weeds. This might be the end of the troll. This just getting pounded with weeds in my props, in my lures, in my rudder. Just fields of it right now. Really making it hard to fish. Oh, there's fish. Yeah. That's the case. You got to be trolling on that, on with the tide. Man, the trolling, killing them. Such a good way to cover a lot of water. Oh yeah, another nice calico. He's like, wait a minute. I don't want to go to that boat. Sweet. It's decent fish, probably another 12, 13 incher. Barely had them hooked. Pretty fish. 12, 13 is my guess. Let's measure him. Yep, 13. Little 13-inch calico. Man, they hit hard though. Super pretty fish. See, I gotta be careful where I pick to go over this jetty. I don't want to bottom out my PDL drive. Break my prop. That'd suck. That would be the definition of sucky day. Let's nose up here carefully. This is cool though when you go over this jetty because there's a ton of these bright orange fish. The state fish of California called Garibaldi. Very beautiful. Looks like an aquarium down there full of goldfish. I'm just gonna nose up here. If I can find a gap between the rocks to get over the jetty. This looks good. There's all the goldfish. Pretty guys. Hey guys.
That's sketchy.
Alright. We are over it. Over it. I don't know if the lack of tidal movement's gonna kill the bite or make it go away or make it better. Can't imagine making it better, but we'll see. No bites again on this side. What's the deal? Alright, I'm gonna switch it up. Do a little bit of swim baits. Swell's getting bigger and bigger. Not breaking though, but it's definitely getting bigger. Oh, there was a bite. Dang it. Dang it. Felt small. Tell you, white is the color out here. I've tried chartreuse and motor oil and other colors, and white seems to be where it's at. That fish? Yeah, it is. Nice. So I figured. I saw the line go slack when I cast that jig. I was like, wait, that's not the bottom already. Feels decent. See what we got here. Ooh, it's a big sculpin. Scorpionfish. Yeah. Nice. Check that out. Gotta watch the spines on these guys. They'll mess you up. That's a big one. Don't want to get the spines on them. There we go. There we go. Check that out. Those things are rad looking.
That's a nice one.
Yeah, it's a big one, eh?
I just have to find it out of here.
Just watch your hand when you put it in there because you don't want to get that on you. That's cool. My first California scorpionfish. Eat that tonight. I've eaten cabezon, which are a sculpin, and they taste great. Not likely to get the sculpin on the troll. It's more likely to get bass that way. There's a fish on fish. I gotta get away from these waves. Hooked up just as soon as that giant wave came. Got me all nervous. Oh, I got my first barred sand bass. Awesome. Yay! I've wanted to catch one of these since I got here. Oh, cool. So there's another new species for me today. Barred sand bass.
Turn it around slowly.
Check that out. That's cool. So they don't have the spots like the spotted bay bass. Boy, he inhaled that thing. It was way down inside there. There we go, got it. Didn't get his gill plate. 14 inches is the minimum size. I don't think this guy's quite there, but we'll check it.
All the keys.
Cindra's over here like, can you keep it? Can you keep it? Have you measured it? She's a killer. Oh, it's just short, 13 and a half. That sucks. Yeah, that big wave came and I was like, oh, I better get out of here, and then he hit. Yep. That's my first sand bass. Doing all right with the jig today. That's that white color, man. Oh, yeah. Yes. That's what I wanted. Man, trolling's effective. Another calico. Not a keeper, but they're a nice sized fish. There we go. Pretty. Man, they're pretty. Alright, buddy. See you later. What's interesting is the tide has switched and it's going back with the tide, so I think that's critical in terms of trolling. Whereas with the jigging, it didn't seem to matter as much. Oop, there's fish. Yeah. Decent one too. Oh, come on. He's got me hung up on something. You get me wrapped on something. Still there, I still feel him. Must have got wrapped on some kelp or something. Come on, still be there. These guys are good at doing this. They hit you and drag you down into the rocks and stuff. Oh yeah, it's a nice kelp bass. Big one. That's a big one. There we go. Got it. Woo! That's a nice kelp bass. Kelp bass, calico bass, same thing. Earlier in the day I had one that did the same thing. They hit it and they run right down into the rocks again. They get you wrapped up on kelp and rocks. That's definitely a keeper. That's about the size of the one I lost that first day I was out here. I just fell off the hook. There we go. That's a nice one. Heck yeah. Alright, get this guy bonked and blade. There we go.
What are you getting it on?
That was on a crankbait. Alright, we're gonna go on the flats here, see if we can find some spotted sand bass on the way back in. I might stop and fish a couple structures. See how it goes. Hopefully there's less weeds out here away from everything, because this is getting super bad around the jetty right now. There's a fish on. I thought I hung up on something. That's the hard part about having it behind you. What do I got here? I got my spotty. Hope so. It's putting up a little bit of a fight. It's heavy. It's my spotty, yay! A nice one too. Check that out, big old spotty. Gotta be careful with these guys. That's a nice spotty. Look at the size of that tank. Cool, that's what I wanted. So get a nice spotty out here. Those guys are so neat looking. They fight so hard. You think you got this giant fish on you. Every time it comes in, I'm always like, oh, okay. Check that out. All right, send him back. There he goes. Oh, fish. Yep. Nice. Got another one. It's a little halibut. Nice. Not too bad size, actually. That's a little guy. Hey. You don't have to be a butthead. Now he wants to fight. Now he's like, I'm a mean halibut. There you go, Mr. Halibut. Alright, calm down. Probably like a 15 or 16 incher. Hey. No reason to be grumpy. 16 on the money. There you go. 16-inch flatty. Cool looking fish. Where's your bigger cousins? Alright guys, we are off the water. I scored my first San Diego Grand Slam. I got spotted sand bass, barred sand bass. I got Calico Bass, and I got California Halibut, plus bonus Scorpionfish, which we just call sculpins up north. So that's pretty sweet. Sidra got like a half dozen jack smelts and a couple of mackerel, which we'll probably, smaller ones we'll probably use for sharkfish. So
I also got a wrasse.
And she got a wrasse, and she knows her wrasses. Anyways, pretty amazing. The jetty is definitely worth it if you're a kayak angler to get out there. I would consider it intermediate. You know, you got to be wary of boat traffic and waves and be able to understand the different tides and such, but it's a really good spot. It doesn't take that long to get there from the launch. All right guys, I'll see you next time. Just remember, fish smarter, not harder.